The Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, was yesterday forced to delete a photo from his official Facebook page. And that photo generated a lot of heat in this country, politically speaking. And for those who've been following this channel, earlier this week, I opined that the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, is committing some 5 grave political mistakes. And I pointed out that one of the mistakes he was committing was overdoing PR and propaganda. Yesterday, the Deputy President was in Embu, where he held a very successful rally. And during that rally, an elderly woman attended. And at some point, this elderly woman was put on a wheelbarrow. And as the DP was addressing the people of Embu, this elderly woman was carried high on a wheelbarrow. From the body language of the woman, she didn't really like that idea. But there's nothing she could do. And as usual, William Ruto's team, responsible for PR and propaganda, picked this particular photo, shared it on his official page. And that's when hell broke loose on William Ruto's official pages. Kenyans descended on the Deputy President with kicks and blows about that particular photo. And the DP and his team were actually forced to delete that photo. So in this video today, I want to explain to you guys why the Deputy President had to delete that photo. But before we do that, if you are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Now, if there's one thing which the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, has used effectively, is the art of propaganda and the art of PR. But sometimes they overdo it. I remember on this platform, and I'm going to share that video in the description section so that you can read it again, so that you can watch it again. The Deputy President was passing. Then there was a gentleman who was roasting maize. And from nowhere, the Deputy President crossed, he bought maize and proceeded. But you could clearly tell that it was actually well planned, well scripted to happen like that. And the Deputy President has been, in several occasions, found flat-footed, playing such kind of PR. Let me tell you one thing for sure. If you've ever attended a political rally where Raila Odinga is, and where the Deputy President is, the genuine crowd, I can tell you there is no way someone selling sweets or bananas can move close to that William Ruto's vehicle or even Raila Odinga's vehicle. It's very difficult because number one, there's always the push and pull when they arrive. So someone carrying bananas would not be able to manage that push and pull. They'll always be there amongst the crowd, but uko nyuma, but not around the vehicle. Someone selling maize cannot be very close, cannot move very close when the Deputy President arrives at a venue. So, but he has been able to play such kind of PR in a very smart way. So yesterday, this woman, if you ask me, I don't know whether it was planned or not. But my prediction is that assuming this woman attended that rally and she was carried high the way they did, next week, this woman would have been invited to Karen. Then after invitation to Karen, she would talk or take photos with the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Then after those photos would also be shared. Then the story will end there. The circle will continue, just like we witnessed with that maize guy, the same way we witnessed with that mama who sold maize to the DP in Makueni. You know, that kind of propaganda works in politics. But yesterday, they missed. what really happened yesterday? Why was that photo deleted again? In my view, the photo was deleted because of 5 main reasons. Number one, the PR they applied didn't work as per their plans. It appeared to be fake. Anybody would point out that that was a stage managed PR, and that stage managed PR did not work. The Meru people, the Embu people, the Kikuyu nation in general, they have a bit of respect for women, especially the elderly. But now we had an elderly woman being carried high in a wheelbarrow. So the PR they intended to do or to achieve did not achieve the objective it was intended to do. And that's why the DP and his team had to delete that particular photo from his gallery. So that's the first thing. Number two, if you ask me, that elderly woman was actually forcefully placed in that wheelbarrow. And clearly, it was a risky affair. Risky in the sense that, assuming the woman fell down, even inside the wheelbarrow, that woman was not comfortable. You could tell from the facial expression, you could tell from her body language. The fact that the woman appeared to be forcefully placed in that wheelbarrow is the reason why the DP and his team removed that photo. Because tomorrow, you never know the deep state. They would have looked for the woman and then exposed the entire scheme. So the best thing is just to delete the photo and let the story die naturally. If anything, that woman, in my view, is around 60 something or 70 something. At those age, those women at those age, when they decide to vote, they vote. So the fact that she was put on that wheelbarrow forcefully from the body language was passing as a very bad message to the DP and his team. The other reason is that the complaints from Kenyans, from all sorts, the women were complaining that that photo was disrespectful to the women. The young people were complaining that the woman deserved some respect. Others were asking DP that as much as you want to become the president, please don't play that kind of cheap PR with some elderly women. Even their own supporters, even William Ruto's own supporters, were very unhappy with that particular photo. And because of those complaints, remember, they descended on that particular photo and the comments were not pleasing. So they had no option but to remove that photo. Number 4, it portrayed an image of lack of dignity for humanity. It's understandable that the deputy president is pushing for bottom-up approach. He is also pushing for a hustler kind of narrative. But what appeared there yesterday is actually lack of respect to that particular woman. Lack of respect to humanity. And because that was coming out clearly based on the comments of many people, the DP had to remove that photo. And lastly, I think it was the reaction from the Kikuyu nation which forced the DP to remove that photo. The majority of people from the Kikuyu nation on that particular comment were very clear that that can only happen to a Kikuyu or to someone from the larger Mount Kenya region. But you won't see such kind of scenes in Rift Valley. So basically, the Kikuyu nation were not very happy with the fact that the DP chose on a woman and kind of lowered her dignity. They argue that if that person was from the Rift Valley, the treatment would have been different. If that person, like for example, they're giving the cases of young men from Rift Valley who are given opportunities, scholarships to go and study abroad, while their Kikuyu brothers are only given wheelbarrows to push. So the reaction of the Kikuyu nation, because of course it's politics, the ODM, people sympathetic to President Uhuru Kenyatta from that region also picked it up and took advantage of the whole situation. So the DP had no option but to remove that comment, because losing the Kikuyu nation votes is something the deputy president is not prepared for. That photo was enough to trigger a revolution against the DP in the Kikuyu nation if that photo ever stayed on his wall. And lastly, the reaction from Raila Odinga's PR team also forced the DP to remove that. Quickly, they picked the photo of William Ruto giving the mother, who is kind of the same age of that woman, a cake. But now this woman, they were putting her on a wheelbarrow. So that's the first thing Raila Odinga's PR team did. And then they also used the same woman on a wheelbarrow and another one of Raila Odinga with that, holding that woman tenderly, or that woman from Kilifi, holding Raila Odinga, if you remember that photo. So Raila Odinga's team, in my view, and the way they managed to change the narrative using that particular photo to portray the DP as someone who really don't value humanity, the DP was forced to remove that photo. I don't know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts on that. And Peter Munya has responded to the deputy president just a few days after the Kiraitu Murungi saga. I think that's going to be my next video. Although I'd intended to do another video of clear frustrations on the deputy president side as 2022 politics is taking shape in this country. Until that time, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Thank you guys, and please don't forget to click the thumbs up. Don't forget to drop your comments. Don't forget, if you can, to share this video on your WhatsApp, on your Twitter, on your Facebook page, and any other platform. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.